Today I thought I would show you guys real quick here how to get caps fast, because I see a lot of new players and even some old players asking people in the groups that I'm in and just in out in the Twitterverse or wherever, how the heck do you get caps all the time? Like, everybody's running out of caps. I never run out of caps. I never have a problem getting them, because I'm going to give you guys a couple of these little tips. Before I do, if you would like to know a little bit more about Fallout 76 or just more about geek stuff in general, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it.
Hey, future LeAnna here. So I just want to make a quick note that Bethesda did, or I should say Fallout, did up the amount of caps that you're allowed to have on you from 30,000 to 40,000. However, the vendors still only allow you to sell the same amount per day. So this should still work. I've actually, because of all the events to trying to get some more legendary cores and all of that, I've actually had like way too much stuff to even trade in. So I've been like putting stuff in my stash and selling it the next day when my caps reset. But this should still work really well. It should still work the same amount. It's not going to affect the amount of the daily vendors. So the other thing I wanted to mention is I now have a Twitch channel. My name on Twitch is the same as my channel name here, but I will link it down below. So if you want to come chat, hang out, I'd love to see you there.
Okay, so excuse me for just a second, because I am super paranoid about this. I have to check and make sure that that is not over my base, because that's happened to me twice, and so I have anxiety about checking where the giant pew is going to be dropped. So, okay, I'm good. You're probably sitting there going, haha, what did you do? Nothing. I literally did nothing, and yes, it was for me, because I'm not in any area that anybody would want to irradiate. So, and when you're the dead center of the circle, it's people. Anyway, so I just completed a radiation rumble in which I did film that. I discussed about how to level up really fast. So if you're interested, I don't know if that'll be up before or after this vlog, but it'll be up in there sometime. So I did finish Radiation Rumble, and I was on a team, and so now I've got to go and pick all this stuff up. Oh, that was a legendary. Cool. So I'm going to kind of talk to you guys while I'm doing this. So the thing I see a lot of people is, how the heck do you get caps? Now, I'm going to tell you right now that if you want to constantly have caps, you're going to have to log in every day. That's just the way that it is. I do not personally rely on my vendors for caps. I kind of see my vendors as more of like a supplemental income, if you will. It's just because you have to, like, if you're just relying on your vendors, you have to rely on people actually traveling to your base, going to your vendor, which some of y'all hide your vendors, finding your vendor and actually finding something that they want to purchase from there at the price you're selling it for. Because nobody, unless even the people who say on their thing like, hey, reach out to me if you want to price negotiate, I can guarantee you, majority of the time people go, I'm not going to do that, just because nobody wants to talk to anybody. Just saying. Man, I hate it when this stuff doesn't just... It's the only thing that's really annoying about picking up all this stuff, is that sometimes piles don't disappear and then they're stuck. Oh my gosh. So I have 2 monitors, and the bugs flying around on that one just totally tripped my peripheral out. Whew, I need to get some sleep. You're going to have to log in every day. And I know that might not be the answer you were looking for, but if you are constantly running out of caps, or you're like, how do I get caps? How do I get caps? This is how you're going to get caps, but you're going to have to come in like daily. I do events like this in Uranium Fever, which hasn't come up yet, so I'm just going to talk to you guys about this one. Uranium Fever, same thing. So if you see a Uranium Fever come up, absolutely do Uranium Fever and do exactly this. Take everything. Take every piece of loot that you can grab off of any of the things that you unalived, because you're going to take all of it and go sell it. I will say that Uranium Fever does have more of like pews and stuff to sell, because every one of them pretty much has some form of that they are using against you. So that will have probably a little more substance to it, but this one has a lot of stuff too, and I will show you guys here, because I will go to the vendor and show you exactly what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to say that Uranium Fever is the same way, because you're probably not going to see me play one, because I haven't seen one come up. You know what's going to happen is, right when I'm ready to log off, that's when it'll come up. Okay, I thought it was going to come out, I was going to laugh, and that was it. Gotta love when you look over, I have my phone up for my notes, and I get my notifications, so when you look over and Pinterest is like, scarily knows you so well, like, we found 12 boards of Pedro Pascal that you might be interested in. Yes, Pinterest, I will be interested in that, but not right now. So this is going to get kind of boring, so I'll probably not talk to you guys here for a minute, because there's not really a point to me talking to you. I'm just going to be rambling. LeAnna, you can probably cut all of this crap out, unless there's some sort of comedic gold in here. Don't worry, stuff like this happens. You say you can't grab it. It's just the way it's coded. It's like something is on top of something else, and then this thing moving. It's a whole thing. When you're in here, make sure you go into the back rooms, because sometimes these things spawn in really weird places. But I have shot at stuff back here before, and then, like, piles ended up behind the machine. So just make sure you're looking everywhere. At the end, I do kind of do like one more little pass over. I just kind of look for the little piles or anything. I know I got those 3. I do kind of look because sometimes as you go through it, the stuff will loosen up or some stuff will disappear and it'll allow you to grab things. You will be over encumbered. I don't care who you are unless you've got some sort of glitch or something. See, like, look at this. This one must have followed them all the way out here. Heck. But you will be over encumbered like a mofo. So I'm going to change back to my other armor. So what I try to do here is, because the scrap you're not selling, you're keeping that for yourself. So anything that's scrappable, I just scrap it here. That one happened to drop me low, so that was pretty awesome. So now I can fast travel. If you can't, you can always, if you have Fallout first, you can always step outside and pop your tent down. If you don't, I think you are close enough. If you wanted to, you could walk that. It'd be just a little bit, but you could walk it. You're close enough to the train station. I always love taking photos in photo mode and then having them repop up here. I had to delete a few because I didn't want you guys to see them. But I'm at a train station. You're going to go, okay, well, I'm just going to go in there and sell stuff. First, you need to go into your cards. If you have hard bargain, you need to put it on. Now, I have hard bargain completely leveled up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back here and I'm going to take hard bargain off. I want you to see the pricing and then we'll compare it. So let's go in here and we're just going to use, I didn't pick up these at the thing, but I'll just use that. All right. So if you see here, the value is 3 caps for one of them, right? Because if we sell 2, it's 6 caps. But if I back out and I put my hard bargain card on, this might be a terrible example because it is a pretty cheap one. If I put my hard bargain card on, I go back and I talk to them. So now you can see that they are 5 caps each, which, like I said, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it does add up over time. So I am going to sell those because I never use those. So this is what I do. I just go in here and sell. Now, like I said, with the Uranium Fever, it'll go a little bit quicker because they have all of the gauntlets and the shot pews and all that kind of stuff. And that stuff sells, you know, especially if you have hard bargain on, it does sell pretty good. But here, click over here. This is what you get from Radiation Rumble. Is this glowing blood. And most of the time I'll have like 100 and something. So make sure you sell that first because that's worth a lot. And I sell, like, if I don't need certain meds, I'll sell those, etc., etc. So now this is what I do. Uranium Fever is a better one for this than Radiation Rumble is, but Radiation Rumble, same premise. Sell the stuff. You just sell it, and you'll get all of it that you need most of the time. And let me say here, too, if you're going to sell meat, because you can, cook it first, it's worth more. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I know, like, cause I don't need 83 right away. You know what I mean? Like, I could sell some of this stuff. But the thing is, it's the math. And I know a lot of you are going to go, well, I have to do that like every day. Like, I have to wait for it. Like, I'm not going to worry about those 140 caps right now. And make sure you switch back your card. If you switch hard bargain on there, make sure you switch it back because I am 1000% guilty of not switching stuff back and wondering why I'm not doing as much stuff. So I'm going to go over here and sit up here on this roof. Like I said, Uranium Fever does work a lot better for this because you do have a lot more loot coming off your bad guys. But this works too. And like if you have more people in the event, you're going to get more loot because there was more enemies that spawn. Because I normally, with the glowing blood, I normally get like 130 of them. I've gotten like 150, I think, at the most. And that stuff sometimes is like, it's like 900 caps. It's crazy. So make sure you sell that first because it does weigh.
Oh, and one more thing. I completely forgot about this in the video, but if you don't have like Uranium Fever or Radiation Rumble or any of that popping up, if you're able to make serums, just go make like 3 of your serums, put your hard bargain card on all the way up and sell those because that'll get the majority of your caps. I will say of the 1,400 caps that you're allowed to sell every day, if I sell 3 marsupial serums with the hard bargain up, it gives me 1,350 caps. So if you have the availability to make it, I'd do that. I just know that not everybody has the plans or the flux or whatever, so I totally forgot to add that in the video, so I'm telling you now.
So the thing is, if you're always finding yourself running out of caps, you probably aren't playing that much, or you're buying a lot of stuff, I will say. What I mean by that is, if you're relying on your vendors to give you caps, you're never going to get enough caps. You're just not, because you have to like wait for people to come to your base, find your vendors, find something they want to buy, and then actually buy it for the price that you set. It's a lot of work. So I never, like I said, that's all extra. So that's why I get it like, oh, somebody bought my stuff, because it's extra for me. Do keep an eye on it though, because if you're like at the top of your caps and somebody comes through and they buy and they push you over, you lose those caps. Like this guy just bought a secondary plan and those were 2 higher priced plans for me. They give you 1,400 caps that you're allowed to sell every day. All right. So if you're going, say he just bought the other one. That's the one I just lowered the price of too. So if you log on every day and you do some sort of event or like that, and you sell the stuff, because sometimes Uranium Fever, Radiation Rebel, none of those come up. So if you're just collecting stuff, like I'll collect stuff off Super Mutant, sell it. As long as you're leaving the hard bargain on, you'll be surprised at how quick you can get your caps every day. So if you went and got your caps every day at the 1,400 cap, that's what, 9,800 caps a week. That you get 9,800 caps a week. As long as you aren't buying a ton of stuff all the time, that should accumulate pretty quickly. And that's, like I said, that's per week. And that's not counting if they do like double cap weekend or whatever. That's not counting the caps that you find or from your vendors. I'm just talking about the ones that you buy, like that you sell to like the robot vendors at the train stations. These are the ones they give you every day that you can guaranteed get as long as you sell stuff to them. And like I said, your vendors are just extra. So like there, I just sold 2 plans and I just made 2,000 caps on that, on top of my 1,400 that pretty much nearly 1,400 that I sold. So that's a lot. I can't go on every day. Like maybe I go on like 5 days a week, maybe not for all 7. That's fine. Everybody's got a life. So at 5 days a week, you're still making 7,000 caps a week. Like that's a lot, you know, and along with selling stuff, and if you're wandering around playing the game, gathering caps, you're going to have caps out your butt. Like, I never have a problem with caps unless I've like pushed myself too far and I've only got like a couple thousand, and then I'll like kind of hold off on vendor shopping for a little bit. That's basically it. I do, like I said, Uranium Fever and Radiation Rumble because they come up because they give you good XP, but then also they give you a ton of loot, and it's so easy. Like Uranium Fever is like, I'm pointing like you can see my screen, but Uranium Fever is literally right there. So when you're over encumbered and you come out, it's the train station's right here. You don't have to worry about like a tent if you have all first, or running a long way, which I have done before. If you're over encumbered, it's right there. And it's gonna be more likely to give you your full daily caps, especially if you have your hard bargain card on and fully leveled, which I highly suggest you level that up. So there you go. Somebody else just bought a Western outfit. Both of them. See? So like that, I just put stuff in there, and it's to prices to sell. If you want to know what I sell my vendor stuff at, check out that vlog. I think it might be up before this one, might be up after, I'm not sure, but I do have that vlog up if you're curious what I sell my vendor stuff at, because it's probably cheaper than what everybody else is selling it at, because again, stuff that I don't need, I'm just trying to get rid of it. The more time you're on, the more chance you have that somebody's going to come by and see your stuff and maybe want to buy it if you have it priced reasonably, and you're going to maybe see those events come up and you'll be able to sell stuff. So remember all of that. Remember to cook your meat. Remember to put on your hard bargain card, and remember to take it off when you're done. Don't forget it, like me, and wander around playing the game. If you want more tips on Fallout or like a tour of my camps, because I do have a lot of people asking me about that, not necessarily on YouTube, but other places. I do have a video that I do like a walkthrough of both my camps down. It's on my channel, but I'll link it down below as well. And if you want more Fallout tips or just here for the general geekiness of everything, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I do my social media down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!